A photograph taken on January 1, 2026 shows flowers and candles laid on the ground near the bar La Constellation following a fire that ripped through the venue in Crans, Montana, during New Year's Eve celebrations. Several dozen people are presumed dead and around 100 injured after a fire ripped through a crowded bar in the luxury Swiss ski resort of Crans, Montana, Swiss police said on January 1, 2026. Police, firefighters and rescuers rushed to the popular resort, which is set to host the Ski World Cup from January 30, after the fire broke out in the early hours of New Year's Day. Photo by Maxime Schmid, AFP. Investigators raced on Friday to identify the victims of a fire that ripped through a bar in the Swiss Alps town of Crans, Montana, turning a New Year's celebration into one of the country's worst tragedies. It is not yet clear what set off the blaze at La Constellation, killing around 40 people and injuring about 115 others, many seriously. Bystanders described scenes of panic and chaos as people tried to break the windows to escape and others, covered in burns, poured into the street. Swiss police warned it could take days or even weeks to identify everyone who perished, an agonizing wait for family and friends. "We've tried to reach our friends. We took loads of photos and posted them on Instagram, Facebook, all possible social networks to try to find them," said Eleanor, 17. "But there's nothing, no response. Even the parents don't know," she added. The exact number of people who were at the bar when it went up in flames remains unclear, and police have not specified how many are still missing. La Constellation had a capacity of 300 people, plus another 40 people on its terrace, according to the Crans Montana website. Swiss President Guy Parmelin, who took over on Thursday, called the fire a calamity of unprecedented, terrifying proportions, and announced that flags would be flown at half-mast for 5 days. Behind these figures are faces, names, families, lives brutally cut short, completely interrupted, or forever changed, Parmelin said at a press conference. Given the international nature of the Crans resort, we can expect foreign nationals to be among the victims, local police commander Frederick Giesler said. The apocalypse, the fire broke out around 1:30 a.m., 0030 GMT, Thursday at La Constellation, a bar popular with young tourists. "We thought it was just a small fire, but when we got there, it was war," Mathies, from neighboring Chermignon Don Ba, told AFP. "That's the only word I can use to describe it, the apocalypse." Nathan, who was in the bar before the blaze, saw burned people streaming out of the site. "They were asking for help, crying out for help," he said. Authorities have declined to speculate on what caused the tragedy, saying only that it was not an attack. Several witness accounts, broadcast by Swiss, French and Italian media, pointed to sparklers apparently mounted on champagne bottles and held aloft by restaurant staff as part of a regular show for patrons who made special orders to their tables. There were waitresses with champagne bottles and little sparklers. They got too close to the ceiling, and suddenly it all caught fire, Axel, a witness, told the Italian media outlet Local Team. The canton's chief prosecutor, Beatrice Palaud, said investigators would look into whether the bar met safety standards and had the required number of exits. Red and white caution tape, flowers and candles adorned the street where the tragedy occurred, while police shielded the site with white screens. After emergency units at the local hospitals filled up, many of the injured were transported across Switzerland and to neighboring countries. The European Union said it has been in contact with Swiss authorities about providing medical assistance, while French President Emmanuel Macron said some of the injured were being cared for in French hospitals. Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani told Italian broadcaster Rete 4 that around 15 Italians had been injured in the fire, and a similar number remained missing. The French Foreign Ministry said 9 French citizens figured among the injured, and 8 others remained unaccounted for. Multiple sources told AFP that the bar owners are French nationals, a couple originally from Corsica who, according to a relative, are safe, but have been unreachable since the tragedy. AFP